Thanks for letting me know, because now we are now live, and let me just spread the word out real quick. I'll be honest, I hate their I hate Whataburger milkshake because they're just too hard to drink. And with that, welcome to episode 26 of the Jack Show. And well, one of us is bad. And what you gonna do? What you wanna do? If I could play that song right now, I could, but maybe you could play through bass. Sounds like a very bass song. Bass. So it's episode 26. We'll get a title at the end of the stream. You see the title I put for the last episode? It relates to what we're talking about on that episode. Thank you, and make sure to check out when Jack streams every blue moon. There you go, episode 25. And and earlier this week I replayed that section of Greedfall that I was super failing at during our podcast, and not only did I do better, I did much better, but I think I encountered a weird bug where the game thinks I bought a certain outfit for a submission, but I never bought it because I didn't have enough coin. And once I finally got enough coin, I was like, all right, let me go to the shop and buy it. What do you mean it's not available anymore? So right now I'm feeling like, all right, might as well do this side quest, literally not in disguise, because the game thinks I bought the outfit. Hmm. Yes, that is 30 minutes on MS Paint. Just actually, you know what? No, actually, you know what? No, it's an upgrade. It's not MS Paint. You know what it is? It's MS Paint 3D. Yeah, if I could, I can make that. I can make that stock image three dimensionals, give it shadows and everything. Hmm. Pixels. They're pixels. They're not vectors. Yeah. Well, for the 2D images, I don't know they're vectors for the 3D ones because I didn't experiment with that. I just wanted something kind of simple and kind of contrasting. So that's what I came up with. We gotta represent the Incredible Hulk somehow. And Lord knows Marvel's not. Yeah, and green's a good antithesis to purple, color theory wise. So I was like, yeah, why not? Well, it makes sense because if it's on my comic side, it could be for the Hulk, or for the gaming side, it could be. I'm sure there's Barney. Are there Barney? Are there actual Barney games? This requires this requires investigation. Mm-hmm. I'm and I'm gonna check the Wikipedia. Are we gonna count like online flash games, or does it have to be retail for console games? Okay. Okay, then there. World War I. Wait, what? Hold on. Wait, hold on. Can I do it exactly what you said? Is that like two, 3 pages in or something? First page. Maybe I'm not reading it right. Did you spell one with the number or properly? Okay, all right. I don't see it. Maybe, maybe. All right, all right, let's see. Da, 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 da. Oh, I see. Wait, I see it now. Hold up. You just show it off. I see. I just want to show that it exists. I'm not gonna open it. So, yeah, right there, I see it. Hentai World War II fight against Hitler. That the 99 cent DLC and Hentai World War II base game for $1.99. That's assuming it's made from Japan. Also, it has overall very positive reviews. Oh god. Oh my god. Oh my god, you literally fight against like a giant Hitler in the DLC. Like literal giant Hitler. It exists. I'm surprised this wasn't nominated for some sort of Steam award for for innovation and boldness and artistic integrity. Very bold. What do you say is a bold? Hey, and it meets all the criteria. It has a female protagonist. It, I'm assuming, has very nice cinematics. If you think about it, it's a very pro-feminist game. So I'm surprised not a lot of journalists are picking up on it. Those triple A, triple A needs 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 a sequel developed by Platinum. I would at least rent that. I'll be interested. But no, but as for the original thing, no, couldn't find any Barney games, just a bunch of Flash games and Roblox. Lots of Roblox. Oh, all right. So what happened this week? Awesome. Awesome. And if I remember correctly, isn't like a big mechanic of the game is that you get to borrow another class's like specific action and use it as your own? So then what's your combination then for the dancer? I see. Well, at least you're consistent in how you play. Always trying to steal or seduce someone, or to be cheap and just be a mage. Well, is a mage build even worth it in Dark Souls? Hmm. I guess I'm. Oh, I see. But once later on, when enemies are faster and tougher, then it's just a very like just like a knight who just happens to. It's like you did a mid-career change in that game. I'm gonna I'm gonna be a paladin, be a cleric owning that big old mace. And even then, you end up just getting that big giant like sword that uses half of your stamina bar. Oh man. Oh, uh, great. Or dragon. That also works too. Like oh, and speaking of no, that's a transitionable. Anyways, I wanted to ask. So to inform everyone, the that Jack has told me that he has gone and watched and seen Bad Boys for Life. So now I have actually recently watched the first two movies, and and they're very entertaining. The first one is honestly is it's entertaining, kind of dated in its time, but it is like any typical action movie with comedy in it, buddy cop movie. The second one though, oh boy, that would have felt like Michael Bay just went, F it, I'm gonna do everything in all in one movie. I kid you not. I think there's like 3 or 4 car chases in that movie, and played as shootouts. There was shootout in a highway. There was 2 shootouts in the Louisiana Bayou. There was a shootout in 2 mansions. There was a shootout. Good lord! How long was Bad Boys for Life? Was it a 2-hour movie? Because I know Bad Boys 2 was coming in. I think the 2.5 hours. And now one thing I've seen some people kind of talk about it, only a few because I want to see this movie for myself. I do know if you watch Bad Boys 2, there's a lot of humor in that movie where it would not fly today. There's there's this well here I'll give you an example I'll give you an example what no no I'm talking about. There is a scene in like mid movie where like the plot and everything takes a stop and just have a character moment between the two leads of Mike and Marcus. And in that moment, the they end up okay, they end up at an ancient relic called the video store, and they need to have some sort of they need to use the video store's TVs to play something, and it's all displayed everywhere in the store. They end up watching the little disc or VHS, I forget what it was. They played it to get the info that they need, and then all of a sudden, um, it goes straight into a sex tape, and the sex tape is being viewed all over the store with moms and kids watching. And Mike and Marcus don't really care because they're at this point they're like really tired, and so they go inside. And so as the employees are trying to get the sex tape stop playing, Mike and Marcus ended up going to a room unknowingly where they're being filmed to show some sort of live feed that's also being displayed all over the store. And out of context, their entire conversation sounded like sounded like a gay couple having relationship issues. And at one point, because during it was during the beginning of the movie, Marcus he no Mike accidentally shoots Marcus in the behind, and because of that, Marcus got ED. So come in with the movie, Marcus is like blowing his heart out about his situation. He's like, I can't get it up, Mike. And Mike's super uncomfortable. And as I try to talk about it, it ends up sounding like the most gayest thing you ever seen. And the scene ends with this black mom, uh, t seeing Mike and Marcus and telling them, you motherfuckers need Jesus. So, was there any moment like that in Bad Boys for Life? Well, the gay joke or getting shot in the behind? Oh. Is it? And speaking of, when I look at the trailers and see Martin Lawrence and Will Smith, it's like, man, you guys really look too old to be doing this, especially Martin Lawrence. I don't know. I think that was just him in real life. Martin, nah, man, he's just a comedian. He's not that serious an actor. Oh, yeah, they have to. I mean, there's another actor who's made a career late in his life of shooting movies around his weight. You know, it's Steven Seagal. Like literally, back in the early to mid '90s, he was like one of the top uh top action stars. Never Schwarzenegger or Stallone level, but he was definitely popular, and he was known for doing a lot of aikido on screen, since he legitly studied the martial art. However, due to him being a difficult actor to work with, he and gaining tremendous tons of weight, his movies are just him either moving as little as possible, and whatever aikido he does, it's either simple like hand movements without anything moving from from the stomach down, all cut it within like quick shots of each other. So if he wants to flip someone over with his hands, you'll be like five jump cuts in that single few seconds. It's crazy. But did you enjoy Bad Boys for Life? I know it's not gonna be like I'm not expecting John Wick here, but was it at least an entertaining movie? Possibly. I can double check that. Bad Boys for Life. I still think they should have called it three. What you gonna do? Oh no! Oh no! It literally came out yesterday. Oh yeah, then you're right. Yeah, this is day. Yeah, this is his day two then. But by the way, did you recognize a Disney Channel star in that movie? Yeah, but I know who she is. Miss Vanessa Hudgens. Pretty gal. Pretty gal. Does she? I'm guessing she has. Let me guess here. Because they have to cast such a pretty lady, she has something to do with. She has some sort of subplot with Mike. She a new character? Dang it! All right then. I figured they'd do like Bad Boys 2 or something like that. And wow, you got DJ Khaled's in the movie. God dang. What? Okay. I'm guessing he's. I'm guessing you see him at some sort of nightclub scene. No. Where? They meet him at a party. They meet him at a record at a record studio. What the? What was he? A butch? You know what? Props for them for not going for the obvious joke. And I'm guessing he had some information. Okay, so he's one of those type of characters where he just happens to know the right info, convenient for the story. Oh, speaking of, let me ask you this: so in Bad Boys 2, I think we're coming in. It's like first first 1/6 of the movie in this six arcs movie with six arcs in it. There is an entire just shot. Is an no entire little scene. All it is just pretty much Michael Bay uh giving everyone filming a nightclub scene, and yeah, he showed me like, oh no, look at this dangerous drug that's out in the streets, but also here's some sexy ladies that I'm gonna like put it like I'm gonna zoom in on certain areas. And it's like throughout it is that for like a good solid 2 to 3 minutes of him just doing that. And it's supposed to be like it's like an establishing shot to know where you are that went on a bit too long. Because he just got lost in the techno music and just filming all the debauchery going on. Is there any moments like that? Is there any moments like that? Hmm. There was no whole minutes dedicated to just to establish that wow, these girls are hot, and then the story continues. The second one, oh my, maybe, maybe it is a rated R movie. Yeah, I only asked because of stuff I was hearing about this new one, and it not being directed by Michael Bay. I was on the fence of maybe like, oh no, they're gonna try to not play up to what the series is, and maybe do a thing that I think a lot of modern sequels do, where they try to be very meta and kind of make fun of other tropes or cliches that's established within series. I was hoping that is that the case for this movie, or is it like straightforward? Now let's just do a Bad Boys movie. Oh, good, because that was cool 15 years ago. Now, no, not so much. There's a reason why Deadpool 1 was more successful than Deadpool 2. And speaking of oh, and would you give this movie a a recommend, or recommend with a caveat, or no recommend? Recommend it for a rated R movie? Yeah. Yes. Uh and I actually see a comment from Slow Vacation. I remember being like 7, being upset that my parents were taking to see Bad Boys 2. Actually, you know what? During that age, Slow Vacation, I was. We actually had Bad Boys 2 on DVD at my home, and I was able to watch it just because the adults were watching it, and none of them kind of told me to go to my room or anything like that. It's one of those situations where because you're watching a movie you're not supposed to watch with adults, it's therefore okay. You ever had that? I mean, eventually they caught on and started doing that, but at Bad Boys 2, I do remember watching at a very early age, but I didn't remember much of it, despite the fact that the last like half hour of that movie is just one giant action scene in Cuba. It literally is. I'm not exaggerating. And and well, at least you had some good expectations. For my week, going to a different topic, I was a bit. I'm not. I'm gonna admit, I was a bit salty. I was salty. Have you seen the Smash News? Okay, all right. So, first off, let me just show you the new character because this is okay. So, all right. So I'm gonna show you the new character in just a second, and there you go. The new. Oh, sorry, I'm doing the stream so people can see. My bad. uh, let me just do. All right, people, the stream. Can you just look up the stream on your side? You see them now? Yeah. Guess what series they're from? You're close. This is actually like that's. I think this is Fire Emblem character number 7 or 8. And I kid you not, and so yeah, so on its own, it's like okay, what's a big deal? Honestly, it's not a big deal except for the except for except for the timing. It honestly was the timing. So what I'm gonna go to Nintendo's channel and just see what's the current results because before the reveal was shown, there was like a little hint where Nintendo set up a, a, a live stream thumbnail saying Sakurai's got is gonna do essentially a Smash reveal. People are gonna like, oh, crap, it's gonna be the fifth DLC character. And at that point, because of we're getting so much of the third party characters, people were thinking, okay, it's gotta be like the biggest one that I saw. People were hoping it was gonna be Dante, due to the fact that number one, around like literally the same time, Dante, not sorry, Devil May Cry 3 was being ported to Switch. And so people thought it makes sense. All the original Devil May Cry games are finally on Switch. The third one's coming out now, and it's gonna be this new version that adds more, that adds more into this 15-year-old game. And so that's what people are gonna thought. But nope, it was another Fire Emblem character, and the reveal is oh wow, and the reveal ends up having a 126,000 likes to a 70,000 dislike ratio. And and of course, being on Twitter, that led to a whole lot of back and forth between the fans. And of course, yeah, you're not wrong on that. And so and so initially I was okay. It's like I was hoping for a third party character because like there was literally the past everyone in this DLC has been a non-Nintendo character, and so I was like, okay, they're gonna end up with a bang, but nope, it's another Fire Emblem character from the more recent game. And now, luckily for people who like to who care enough, the it's not just another sword fighter. It's actually a Fire Emblem character that has like other weapons. Yeah, the character Byleth is uses a sword, arrows, axe, and spear. And in my mind, I'm like, wait a minute. This is a character who has multiple weapons. In my mind, I'm like, you could have picked Dante, who has like the literally exact mechanics of switching weapons on the fly, or and maybe this would probably made you interested. They could have added Monster Hunter. Nah, it would be interesting to me to add the Monster Hunter because at least that makes sense. But well, it'd be more easier to learn in Smash format instead of Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. Regardless, I was salty because the honestly, by being honest, the Unsight Nimble itself is fine, and it still has more likes than dislikes. There were plenty of people who were happy with the announcement. I'm just one of those few who actually doesn't want another Fire Emblem character because I think they're well represented enough. And and I said that throughout the week, I've been thinking to myself. So throughout the week, I've been kind of seeing obviously a lot of people be making memes about the announcement, um, doing little arguments, and one thing I kept seeing was regards to was that Sakurai can make the game how he wants, and I was like hold on, okay, oh, wait a minute here, wait a minute, hold on. I thought to myself, okay, but what if as a consumer, what if I don't like it? And yeah, yeah, and I already about to pass anyways because I was stoked to see who the final character will be. And overall, I'm like looking at the DLC pass. I like 3 out of the 5 characters they have. It's like it's okay. I guess it's a fine okay ratio. 3 out of 5 ain't bad, I guess. I don't think it's risky at all. Yeah, I think that's what honestly kind of upset me. If I didn't get the pass because of my whole excitement for it, I legitimately would not have bought this character. Only bought the pass because it's it's number one. I was excited, and number two, it'll be just more convenient to have everyone on the roster, especially if you have like a bit of the OCD and you're like you just want that person there, not because you care about the character, but you just don't want to see like a missing slot. But so yeah, I'm not gonna be throwing rocks at a glass house over here. But it does, but that makes me wonder though that because I then I consider this kind of situation with comic books, or what if this is where where you consider this that for a while there was a writer on the Batman comics that a lot of people didn't like, but then there was a whole bunch of people that did like him, and because of that, the sales of Batman comics on a monthly by monthly basis were declining. So and so I was thinking, well, if it so that says so then I was thinking, well, the writer got to write Batman how he wanted. It's just that he ended up not making DC a lot of money, and he made fans more upset than actually liking the changes that he did. So so throughout that week, that's how it's kind of relate to them being you know what? At the end of the day, It's probably gonna be it's gonna blow over. It's gonna this moment in Smash is gonna be probably mean to death. And who knows? Maybe Dante will be in the second DLC pass. Who knows? But still, though. And that's yeah. I'm a hardcore casual player. That's my stance. Hardcore casual. I think they're both equally terrible. Spe- you just got me thinking of something. So, cause Sakurai, he has commented that Smash is not a fighting game, and of course, people are like, well, Sakurai is allowed to let Sakurai is allowed to do what he wants with this game. So wait, does that so that mean if he asks people, oh, so you're okay having this character, but you're not okay with him saying this is not a fighting game? I thought that he can do whatever he wanted. Why are you getting mad that it's not a fighting game? No, that can't be. No, I would have known about that. That requires research. That re that requires Sakurai Smash is a fighting game. See what results I get. Yeah, and I found another Reddit that was under what was it? Under slash art kappa, where it was like literally a recent Reddit where Sakurai said Smash isn't a fighting game, although it doesn't source me anything. So I see more of that he says it isn't rather than he is. Hmm. And you can set up certain games where there's no guns allowed, and you can just have only the energy sword as the main weapon and just go out and go at it. Eh, doesn't Smash just bring the best in people? Yeah, and I'm sure he'll be. And I'm sure Byleth will be fun. But I'm like I admit, super salty. Sub Zero didn't come in. Wasn't Doom guy. I would have. Hey, but you know what? At least it wasn't Waluigi or Gino. Oh my god! If Waluigi, oh, I think they'll earnestly make me stop play Smash if that happens. At least for at least for at least for a good while, not like forever. But that would make it be like I see the announcements. I'll take the little Switch card, put it back in the box, take the box, put it in another box, put that box in another box, and then put it somewhere in the garage where it'll be there for till I'm ready to go back. Nah, my brother, he's honestly he's not that big into Smash. He he it's just that that type of game is not for him. It is he doesn't find the appeal of it, but and is it because let me grab my let me grab my GameCube controllers that I have since 2003. You forgot you gotta do the heavy breathing. Get to the heavy breathe. Oh, I would have could, but it'll be too heavy, way too heavy. So yeah, that would pretty much be my I think highlight of the week for me is being super salty. But I've gotten over it, and I'm already gonna get him. So yeah, try him out, and and I gotta still play my other games, still play Neo and Greedfall, and eventually gonna put Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, which I know you're not interested, but I am. At least want to rent that just to see how it is. Can't be as bad as Jump Force, now could it? Man, you know what's funny? I have Xenoverse. Well, I have my brother owns Xenoverse 2. I could play that game anytime I want, and every time I try, it doesn't feel right. I don't know what it is. It could be. Honestly, it just has to be. It has to feel nice to move. That's what's gonna make or break it for me. If it doesn't feel nice to move or to traverse around, then well, my brother will have a good time, but I won't be able to play. You know what I could really crave for though? Just more stuff within Dragon Ball, not Z or Super. Just like more adventures of Kid Goku. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, That's why I said it's a wish because I know it will never be granted. Oh, speaking of, uh, guess who is the next character for Dragon Ball Fighters? Oh, right on the money. Yep. But guess which version of Goku this time? Oh, Ultra Instinct? No, that's the next one. Ultra Instinct Goku is gonna go into Dragon Ball Fighters. Oh my god. Variations of the same character. Oh yeah, you're right. And then the gauge just becomes broken once you reach the highest level. Until you're knocked back down. Mm-hmm. And that was actually a pretty mechanic. Okay, I'll confess here. I have never played Budokai 3. I've only because Budokai 3 never came to the GameCube, and I've only played the first two. Don't you mean burst limit? Literally, vaguely. Wasn't that like a pseudo Budokai game? Was that? Do you okay? How about this? Do you remember Shin Budokai on the PSP? Oh, first of all, I never owned a PSP either. I never understood the appeal of that thing. Like, there, oh my, I mean, well, boo hoo you. Oh, yeah. Oh, how lucky I am that I got working handhelds, cause I was lucky, I guess. I don't know. The key point is I never owned a PSP at any point in my life, nor did I even have the desire to. There was at one point I like even slightly thought about getting a Vita just so I can play Persona 4, but then that interest quickly died out. I just ended up playing Persona 5 anyways. So any case, Shin Budokai, as I was gonna try to explain to you before you got on your rich people rant, Mr. Bernie Sanders. We will tax the 1% so that the 99 could have free healthcare and free college admission. How was that? Is that good? Bad? Thank you, thank you. I stole it. Well, I forget. What he was it? Tulsi Gabbard? No, it wasn't Tulsi Gabbard. Elizabeth Warren? Elizabeth Warren is a liar and a thief. There you go. Yes, as someone who is 1024th Cherokee. I still remember that news story. Oh my gosh. Um, what was it? What was it? Okay, unrelated. Unrelated. So I have been working on my big Conan video. I got the audio all done. I pretty much clean it up. So I remove most of the I remove most of that because I come to realize why I don't speak to a lot to like to speak to an audience that much because I tend to stutter. I have a bad stutter, as you may or may have not noticed. Yeah, that's why. Yeah, like I know the method. I just forget to do it because I'm trying to so hard to want to know what I want to say. See, there you go. Oh, it's gonna be a well, it won't be as big as the last episode with the Stan Lee joke. Oh man, but I was explaining for the Conan video. I got the audio done, and I'm 20% done with the actual video itself. It's gonna be a long one. It's gonna top off at the very least 50 minutes. Yeah, and that's just me talking about like a short story of Conan. That's like 20 pages long. So I had a lot to say about just like like literally the very first Conan story ever written. Oh, you got a comic rant? All right. Okay. Here's it was a deal. Oh yeah. Go on. Oh, uh, uh, hold up. Hold on a sec. Okay. Before I go into my rant, finish your thoughts. Okay. Oh, let me rant something right here. comic pilots next to it. I'm gonna grab something. Here we go. Here we go. This will be good example. Ooh, okay, there's an right here. Alright, so here's and I really wish I could like tell your brother face to face so I can just metaphorically slap him in the face. Metaphorically, of course. So here's the thing. I think, and I can't believe this has to be said because you're smart enough to even know this that just because a comic publisher publishes um, publishes other IPs for their books doesn't mean they're in the same universe or even multiverse if you want to go that route. Because if that were the case, Jack, if that were the case, then literally Sonic the Hedgehog, the recent Sonic the Hedgehog comics would be in the same universe as My Little Pony because they're published by the same publisher, IDW. So now when Jack vented this about me through messages, originally I was gonna show forward him a video by Literature Devil where he tackled the same subject because if he ain't gonna hear it from his own brother and certainly gonna hear it from me, then of course the most credible will be a random channel on YouTube. I don't know. I figured that would work, but suffice to say that didn't. And so I pretty much gave Jack the advice play into his ignorance and just but like be like exaggerate her Mary Soonest. Like to quote the actual thing I told him. Like let me pick it up right now. To quote what I actually told Jack. I I said to him that leave him be then. Just play into it. Remind him that all of Luke's, Leia's, and Han's accomplishments do not matter unless Rey is in the story. No Rey, no complete saga. Make him believe his ignorance. And then I give a little devil emoji. I felt kind of mean there. Yeah, yeah. So, and us, and if I was there, I would just ask him. I would just simply ask him, why? Why do you want that? Because by that same logic, Dark Horse Comics, a different comic company, they own the rights to make Star Wars comics. You know who else rights they also have to make comics of? Alien and Predator. So, so I guess Star Wars and AVP are in the same universe then. Yeah, because that makes a whole load of sense. And also, and if that were also the case, then also Star Wars and Hellboy, they're also in the same universe because at one point they were published by the same publisher. That's a that's a crossover you did not want, but nor did you need. Uh, did you? How about this? Did you? Because this is also something that a lot of people who have brains point out that if you have to use supplemental material to explain uh to explain plot holes, character motivations, and even characterizations that is not expressly shown or even told about within the main story, then you have a then you have a bad story, regardless how many books or comics are there to fill in the gaps. I'm guessing you use that argument. Well, we are talking about the same guy who legitimately dumped too many hours into the Old Republic MMO. Oh, good lord. Oh, well. There's nothing for him. It's like someone trying to convince you to watch an anime. Look, I know the first like 5 to 10 episodes are pretty hit or miss, but I'm telling you, man, best of the 12, man, is the hype is. Oh, that's like what is that? That's like Skyrim material there. It ain't that entertaining. Yeah, they're kind of stuck. Yeah, JRPGs are kind of stuck in their ways a little bit. By the way, is your brother a Raylo shipper? How about this? Did he get over emotional at the with that whole aspect in Rise of Skywalker? No. Okay, then. You know. He, oh, yo, that begs a question then. You know that begs a question because okay, so both Bella and Ray are they're very two distinct type of Mary Sues and self inserts if you really think about it. Because with Bella, it's obvious. Is the middling attractive girl who sees herself as the girl who that that very like 10 out of 10 Chad men want to be with, and they had like some edginess to them that makes it exciting, right? That fantasy. And with Ray, she fulfills that self-insert of honestly being good at everything. Everyone around her loves her, and and as well, she's the one that gets to have the 10 out of 10 boy who who's bad, but deep down you know that he has a heart of gold and that she can change him. She can change him, Jack. I know he's tried to brainwash me, read my mind, kill my mentor, and kill me on 3 separate occasions. I could change him. What? Yeah, at least that'll be something interesting. At the very least. Yeah, yeah, cause then you get a Sith. Well, but then that makes you think that you're kind of just doing the whole Anakin Skywalker story over again. Even if he was the main character, and in either direction he goes to, whether he becomes ultimately good, ultimately evil, you're just repeating what's already been done with Star Wars. So, oh wow, so if you think about it, Kylo Ren he really is just just another derivative character with nothing special about him. You know what? He would have been nice. And of course, I mentioned to you once, like Rise Skywalker was finished, how the actor was like kind of pretty much celebrating finally getting out of Star Wars. Oh, that was a fun moment out of nowhere, and him just trolling all the other Raylo shippers, like literally trolling them. So ultimately, it comes down to the big question of the day: who's the bigger Mary Sue, Bella from Twilight, or Ray from Star Wars? You know what? I'll choose a question. Who's the worser character then? Ray? I don't know. Bella's a strong contender. You know what? I gotta. You're probably right, but it needs. I need to see what's the consensus on that. Let me just do a little poll here. At the end, sheesh, I'm doing it right now. Yeah, thank God for multiple displays. Okay, okay. So the question will be, who's the worst? Uh, Mary Sue, comma, self dash insert main character, and choice one, Bella from Twilight. Choice two, Ray from I'm not from Disney Star Wars. I gotta from Disney Star Wars because that's a because to me it's disrespectful using proper Star Wars. I gotta put that adjective there. It's Disney Star Wars. I think it doesn't fit. Ray from uh Ray. Actually, no. I'll use a common no It's ST sequel trilogy from ST Star Wars. There we go. Full length 1 day and sweet. All right, I'll just see the results of it when I do. Oh, so want to hear a different crazy thing that's related to comics? So Marvel recently announced that hey, so you know how we got like one, two, let's see, one, two, three, four, like they're literally have like five X-Men books going on at the same time. Uh, Now they said like we're gonna release more X-Men books, and so they have a new X-Men series called Children of the Atom. And I kid you not, it's a they released the cover and it's the most bottom of the barrel type of new characters. So I want to show it on screen. Children of the Atom. Da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da, da-da-da. There we go. Come on, bleep. Come on. There we go. Here we go. So let me get the page up and running. There we go. Let me go. OBS, do your thing. All right. So to explain as it's going to appear on stream. So Children of the Atom is another mini main. I don't know. This is the weird thing with Marvel. You never know when something's just gonna last 6 issues or gonna be an entirely new series. And so yeah, there's a new X-Men series called Children of the Atom, and oh, it's right there on stream now. And I kid you not, the main cover literally shows literally shows pretty much derivatives of famous X-Men characters. To get to what I mean. So on the cover, remember Gambit? And you know how his power works and all that? Well, they made another person who has the same exact powers and even dresses the same, but guess what's different? No, no. You know what? That would actually be funny. No, you want to know what's the big difference here? She black. At least it'll be funny. And here's another one. Cyclops. There's another character here. And guess what makes this Cyclops looking character different from regular Cyclops? Blonde hair and looks like and is probably a lady. And there's another derivative of Angel, another derivative of Nightcrawler, and a literally like chunky big guy as like same powers as Jean Grey. Uh, uh, I guess hold up. I guess maybe you can argue Wally West Flash. Well, yeah, but he ends up being. I mean, besides him literally having the same powers as Barry Allen, at the very least he acts different. Like he's a different character altogether. That's you know what that's true. And of course, it's not books are not out yet. They could be great new additions to the no, you know they're not. not, especially with, especially if your biggest thing to make them different from the main characters is that they're the opposite gender. And the best part about it is that when I read into the actual, guess like the what's the pitch, what's the story idea? The main writer, this is what she had to say. She said this about this Children of Adam book. The initial seed of the idea actually came from the editor. What if the X-Men had sidekicks? My take on it became, what would actual kids from our current time be like if they were X-Men sidekicks? What would Gen Z X-Men be? So, you joke, but I bet you that's gonna be a comic panel. You joke, but I bet you one of these characters is gonna make it's gonna make what would be a TikTok video, and that that would be a major story for an issue. No, a villain mutant makes a TikTok video where he, I don't know, blows up a building, and so now these new heroes got to. You know what? They could possibly do that too, but here's the thing: the writers are not that creative. That sounds interesting. This is Mar- this is Marvel comic books we're talking about. Their idea of new characters are just literally copy and pasting old ones. Just add some just add a Vaj and a Bob, and boom, they're different. So so that definitely goes to the gonna see how well it's gonna roast column. That's where it's gonna go to, because I don't see this book being anything in like exciting or fun to read. It's either gonna be something that's super gonna roast, or like most Marvel, like a good number of comic books, it's gonna be it's there, which is which is even worse in my opinion. When is it coming out anyways? Let me look. April. Oh, okay, good. I'll have more money by then, so I'm good. Oh, I see, I see. You think it's more you think it's gonna be you think it's at that level at that Vine used to be, or is it has surpassed Vine? You think it has surpassed Vine? Ah, I see. Mm-hmm. Yeah. This has been a plug message from the High Tech Show. Remember, boys and girls, protection is only 25 cents away. Message provided message provided by Hack and Jack and I affiliated with the TikTok Company Incorporated. It's glad to see it's glad to see you bonding with today's generation of high schoolers. And they probably just assume every teacher's the same, and they probably think that you're older than you actually are. That's my best guess. S- Those meddling kids. Hmm. Oh yeah, yeah, I remember that building. Right. Hard not to eavesdrop there. Yeah, because they don't know how to print. Give me a picture of Spider-Man skeleton. Yep, and at that moment, you just saved that kid thousands of dollars. You didn't even know. Yep, yep. Let's hope he does. Let's hope that kid passes the same courtesy to others. I'm sure he will change his mind by the time he actually does like his first year. hmm If you want a law degree, well, there's Harvard. hmm I Or how about it was like she gave up and it said, what do you want to go to college for? I want to be an artist. Don't go to school. Start work on your art now, full time, without stop now. Why are you in this classroom? Draw, draw on your binder. I better have a portfolio by the end of the year. Imagine the drill sergeant uniform. You look at the his piece at the person's drawings. And it's like, God. No, I'm gonna say Gonzalez. I'm gonna say Gonzalez. Just read this one. God damn Gonzalez! What's with this guy's form? Why is his forearm bigger than his fist? Your anatomy is incorrect. How many times do we have to go to the Renaissance era before you can get anatomy down? But sir, I just want to draw my anime character. You can draw your anime characters once you get your fundamentals down. That is how it works. You get your fundamentals, you learn the rules so you can learn how to break the rules. Get it to your thick skull. Why did you mix your blues with your greens? It's gonna blend together. It's not gonna look great when it's printed out. And are you trying to make me get an aneurysm? That should be so. I would love to see a drill sergeant or teacher I want to see that skit now. Oh, that's a funny skit. If I Oh man, that would be that would be nice. That would be nice. I would prefer to see it live action, but either one would be cool. Just see it in real life. Oh, but I want to share you something. So I had this random thought that I had during work, and I ended up getting a little teary eyed at the most inappropriate hour. That I have a bad tendency where I can make myself legitimately like sadden and get very teary. And usually they're because of like I think too hard and too deep on certain things that I had either attachment that I didn't know I had or some things I know I had too much attachment to. And one of those things was Scooby-Doo because I just began thinking of a Scooby-Doo story where so get this. So I was like, what if if I were to make a serious Scooby-Doo story, what would I would do? You know what I would do, Jack? I'll make it where this like let's make this like a TV like a series with episodic series. The first episode starts off with the gang's last mystery, and in the last and in their and the last mystery is then where they're right there between like they're gonna be like in their late 20s, and because Scooby's a dog, he's like super old for a dog, and so them being like the last mystery of the mystery team, they solved it, but Scooby gets severely injured. He's taken to a vet, but the vets can't do anything because he's just way too old to do any procedures without seriously crippling him. And so they had no choice but to let Scooby die. I don't know. I kind of wanted to tragically kill off Scooby at that moment during work. I don't know what. And so Scooby dies, and because of that, the gang separates. Fred ends up becoming. He ends up I forget what I did for Fred. Daphne is a it becomes a professional fashion model. Velma works works as an actual professor, and as a kind of twist, Shaggy runs an actual investigation agency called Mystery Inc. Because the Scooby dying was so traumatic that pretty much Shaggy's whole persona was changed. And yeah, this whole thing where like he hadn't had a Scooby sack ever since Scooby died. He's has proper haircut. He's shaved. He's like a prop. He's like no more. He's not Shaggy anymore. He's like a shell of his former self. And he's writing this mystery because it is then revealed that there actually could have been more to the death of Scooby. And so Shaggy sincerely believes that Scooby was in fact murdered and was in fact murdered. And so this whole then it comes with the gang coming back together, albeit they're older now, they're like proper adults, and all of them are basically trying to figure out are trying to help Shaggy pretty much to accept the fact and move on past Scooby. But Shaggy's in his own crazy world that he believes that that Scooby cons- was murdered and conspired by whatever villain that I was thinking of at the time. And I was going through two different kind of twists and turns for the story. I was going to the where that the mist that Shaggy was actually going to appear much later on, because he was gonna be the surprise twist villain because they kind of put a twist on the Scooby-Doo tropes. The gang would come, Fred, Velma, and Daphne would come back together to solve one last, like their actual last mystery, and that is to find Shaggy. And this villain that they keep going against, he keeps, which turns out to be Shaggy, he keeps finding a way to give them false clues and pretty much be one step ahead of them at every turn. So you got essentially Shaggy, who's learned everything from what the other three have done through their time together as the mystery team, using those skills against them. And the story will ultimately end where Shaggy is redeemed, and for one moment he sees the spirit of Scooby, and Scooby tells him that in his Scooby Doo way that he'll always be with you, but you need to you know let go, and then the spirit of Scooby and then Shaggy accepts. The story resolves, and then cut to like an after credit scene where the spirit of Scooby goes to Shaggy. Shaggy then follows him, and he sees an abandoned puppy of the same breed of Scooby in a box. He gets the box and then begins to raise Scooby Doo the second. No, 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 no. And this was the story that just came up. I was working, and I got so like, I wasn't bawling, but I was like tearing up. I was like, I'm at work. God dang it. Oh God. Okay, just pop the eyes. Luckily, I was like out of anyone's sight, so no one was asking, "What's wrong with you?" But that's the story I thought of, and whoever listens to it, you're free to take that story. I don't see myself doing anything with it or making any Scooby Doo. Take it. You know what? Yeah, I think that's why I originally had it, that he was gonna be like a big business tycoon of some sorts, or something like that. Yeah, yeah, he could be. Yeah, he could be of Acme. And God dang, that my made up story, which probably is on the level of fan fiction, just made me just teary up. And I was seriously debating while I was doing my job, debating within my mind. Okay, should I make Shaggy an absolute villain? Should he be there for like? I was planning this out as if I'm gonna actually write it down. Like I'm actually gonna work on this story proper. Right. Yeah, use my time to write Scooby Doo fan fiction. There's no better time to use for that. Well, you know how I keep myself busy now. Just freaking just and I think I just kind of, and I think I was inspired because I saw like some Scooby Doo thing on Twitter, and I was like, huh, Scooby Doo. What if I killed? And then the story just went there, like, what if Scooby actually died? Because I was sort of like, because dogs don't live a long time, so realistically, Scooby ain't got a long time to live. Oh, and I even imagine this moment where when Scooby like dies, like Shaggy like says to Scooby, "Come on, Scoob, come on, one more Scoob." Scooby-Doo, come on, Scoob. And here's Scooby in his dying breath. Scooby, Scooby. And then it cut to Shaggy just like tearing up and crying as Scooby yells out his final Scooby Dooby Doo. I don't know that makes you creative or lack of creativity or just messed up. Or maybe it's all the above. Oh man. Retail work is fun. You get so much time to yourself. At least in my store. It's nice working in small stores. It, oh yeah, yeah. I already found a pattern of when most people come in and what and types of people. Speaking of last night, yeah, last night, I had this customer come in, and I kid you not, he spent a good 30 to 35 minutes debating with themselves which type of tire cleaner to get. And he asked me as if I knew anything about cleaning tires. Specifically, no, specifically cleaning tires with the white with that white coat a lot of old school cars have. Specifically about that. And and I just did the usual salesman thing of making him agree with himself without noticing so he can buy something. I did that tactic. And it ended up working, but man, was it it was like we were like going in circles. At some point I told him it's literally up to you. It's literally up to you. Both are fine products. You won't know if one truly is the better until you just experiment. Either way, you're gonna get a good clean out of them. Just oh my god. Luckily, I think he stayed like yeah it was like near closing time too. So it was like come on man, we gotta wrap things up here at the store. Come on, come on. So like glad I chose to work at an auto store. Less less annoying people to deal with in a regular store. What? Just trolling that that's little trolling that doesn't get you in trouble because you're doing your job. Oh boy. At a certain point, you got the high ground. And I'm guessing there were there were both small talk and essential questions so he can get a room. Why do you need my credit card? Why do you need my credit card information? Nah, man, analog everything. Here, if you need to call me, here's a whistle. Here's a bunch of hundreds in my pocket. I don't even have shoes. Hmm. This is America. uh, the biggest customers I had to deal with is people who think they know a lot about cars, and for that I have to say, good for you, good for you. So, are you gonna buy these brake pads or not? That's my biggest hurdle. You have people who don't know too much, and I deal with people who think they know a lot. It makes the windshields in 1080p resolution. Man, I can finally see city traffic in HD. Oh my god. It's doing great wonders. The only thing is the engine makes this weird sound every time I turn it on. Other than that, it works really well. I would love to be that person who thinks they don't need to use coolant for their car. That's and with all that said, we'll come to closing the stream. We're closing the stream. It's about time for us for Jack and I to hit the hay. It's actually pretty fun, chill stream. Would you agree? Yeah. And so with that, Jack, you have anything to announce to our audience, our soon to be audience about what's coming up for the channel on your end? At least it's not gonna be a killer queen. And anything else, or is that it? Okay. And as far as I am working diligently on my Conan video. As I stated, video is 20% done. It's I admit it's gonna be rough around the edges because it's my first time doing a long type of analytical video like this. So it's gonna be a lot of me learning and trying to and it'll be a lot of me learning and trying to make this video the best as I can. And hopefully it's viewed by a lot of people because I because as with me not being able to review comics on a daily basis, at least for the time being, I like to invest in more analytical content with on things that I just like on things that I like to invest in general in general because I just find those sort of videos more worthwhile personally for me when done by other people. So I would like to do that for this channel as well. So that will be working on, and of course, we having a comic review, probably one or two for this coming week, depending uh, how unbarren this week in comics is going to be. And with with all that said, as a reminder, I will on my Twitter at dandy_spike, which I encourage everyone to follow, not just to hear my random thoughts throughout the day, but to have important updates of the channel, which will always be pinned on my Twitter homepage, which again is at dandy_spike. We will let you know of when within during the coming week we will be doing the next episode. With all that said, thank you everyone for watching. Please leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't. If you enjoyed our content, guess what, Jack? Guess how many subscribers we have now? Ooh, someone's a bit out of date. No, my friend. We are now currently at 14 subscribers. Yes, we're getting to the good number 15. So, and on contrary to what is shown on the channel, contrary, those numbers are lies. Not, I'm looking at the channel right now. My review of the Question comic on the channel says 1 view, and when you look into YouTube Studio, it has like 10 views. So our numbers are higher than what is actually shown on our channel page for some weird reason. Don't know why that is. Regardless, please enjoy all of our previous content, our previous episodes, and ring the bell to be notified of future streams and videos. Thank you everyone for watching, and this is Hack signing off.